So what does that mean?
It means I'm gonna have to use camera audio. So.
Wait.
Yeah, it was bad.
Uh,
I don't know what happened, but I legit had everything recording, and I'm looking at them now, and they're not. Everything was recording. I have audio from this camera, that camera. I'm just gonna have to use it. So it's unfortunate, but.
Can we just say that we're in a freaking hot tub right now doing an interview?
Yeah. We
All
are
right.
So sick.
interviewing in the hot tub.
Say what you need to say.
Cool deal. Say what you need to say.
We just say we're.
John Mayer, love that song.
That's a great song.
Yeah, so music. So did you ever consider going music over disc golf, or was it just a passion and you didn't?
Well, there's a lot of different ways you can do music professionally, I guess.
Mm.
The only one I really ever consider would be like guitar teacher, something along those lines, because I felt like that was the easiest way to have like a stable job, because trying to be like a pro musician with a band or even solo, trying to make it big or something like that, it's like so unrealistic.
Mm.
So that was really never in my head of a possibility, and I also was never that good. I mean, I'm all right for not being that good, like kind of everything I do. But music was always definitely one of the main passions. We just talked about in high school. I did a music major, which means I had 6 hours of music theory a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned all about music history, and I technically know how to read music, even though it's kind of, I don't use that skill anymore. But I understand how music works and why songs are popular and all that kind of stuff. And I enjoy playing the piano now. I used to play guitar a lot. Music is definitely a big part of the life, but it was definitely never really considered as like a career path.
Brush my toes there. Hey, you can brush my toes all you want. Just part. So, kind of that jack of all trades, master to none type deal, but you've mastered some, obviously.
Well, mastering something is like it's a very fine line. Like at what point are you a master? Are you ever really a master?
When you catch them all.
When you catch them all, yes. I actually had a nickname in high school, which it's kind of a bad nickname. I don't even know how to translate it into English. It's more like, I was called like the guy that's good at everything, which, I don't know, it kind of feels annoying to talk about that.
Yeah.
But I would have like these random skills, like I would be really good on the trampoline. I would inline skate or rollerblade to school like every day. So I was like really coordinated and good balance and stuff like that. So I was just naturally kind of good at anything musical, anything athletic. And then I got into like card magic tricks and all this stuff with like
sleight of hand
stuff. So all these like little things I just got good at. I never felt like I was so super talented. Same with like disc golf. When I started playing in the States, I heard like so many people saying, "Oh, most talented thrower on the tour, just need to like put in the work and he'll be the best player out there." But I'm always like, for me, it's so hard to define what talent really means. Like, if I practice playing the piano for freaking 2 hours a day for a couple of weeks, I'm going to be good at it. And then if I get good at it, everyone calls, "Oh, you're so talented. Like, you can even play the piano." I'm like, no, I freaking play 2 hours a day to learn this. So, yeah, I don't know what the talent level really is for me, or if I'm just naturally gifted, good at stuff, or if I actually, like, practice stuff until I'm good at it, because then I enjoy it more.
Yeah, talent ends up looking a lot like hard work, is what they say. Or talent looks a lot like hard work.
Of course, other skills will give you talent for other stuff. Cause I used to rollerblade to school every day, and then I tried skiing for the first time, and I was naturally good at skiing, but I was naturally good at it because I rollerbladed to school every day, and I just have that balance and the coordination you need to be good at related stuff like that. And I guess music is the same way. If you're good at playing the guitar, it'll be easier to pick up piano than if you have like no musical background. And I guess with disc golf and all the other smaller games, or table tennis, like it's similar movements, similar hand-eye coordination stuff. That I guess, I got good at stuff really young and early, and I definitely benefited of that a lot in my life. That I never really had to feel like I'm putting in the work. because I got so good at it young that it just feels natural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we call it jack of all trades. It's kind of the idea, but there's both. From a teaching standpoint, there are kids that are just unathletic, but there are kids who come in from another sport. If I have a kid that was good at another sport and they come into tennis, there's stuff there. Like if they were a good baseball player, they're gonna more naturally pick up the swing. That's why sucking at golf last night was so jarring for both of us, I think, because we're not unathletic people, and it was like, wow, this is really hard.
Well, golf is famous for being one of the hardest sports to be good at.
Yeah.
Like I play golf twice or 3 times a month, and I'm that bad still. And I've been doing that for a couple of years. And I've had people show me how to properly do it, and I still can't do it. Like golf is just, I think, pretty well known to be like the most, not the most, but one of the most.
Oh, door, Mikey.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh no! I got him.
Is this all hands on deck? You probably need to get out for a second, right?
I might if he doesn't get her.
Okay.
It's a girl. You got her.
I got
Good
her.
job. Good job.
Okay, Clemmy.
She's the nicest one, so don't be scared.
I just
Okay.
want to show it to the camera.
You got her.
Clemmy wants nothing to do with the water. I'm worried about that.
Beer break.
While we're
So this
thinking
is Treehouse beer in a Trillium glass. Some might call that a crime, but I'm proud of it.
Some might call it a crime.
Yeah, I think people have a natural. Some people might pick up different sports more quickly. You might have a knack for picking up a sport or music because your brain might be that way. But once you pick up one, you're kind of running the same pathways. So there's a lot about just being a good athlete.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's
Does this sound matter?
I just wonder if it's really natural, if it's straightly or directly related to something you're already good at.
Right. I think probably yes and no. Because I'll have kids that are brand new to tennis and they will not have played a sport before.
And be good.
Yeah, it's like all these brand new, because I teach all ages and I teach a lot of kids. So, oh, this is your first sport. I have the same group and it's, okay, that one's more athletic than that one. Even from now, maybe they're running around a house and, you know, they're jumping and doing more and their parents aren't keeping them in the room or something to where they get to explore more athletic things. But it seems that there's more a knack for athleticism for some people.
Oh, there definitely is. I mean, all kids are different. Every kid's different, and some will enjoy drawing or writing or music, and others more like playing chase or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what kids play in the States.
Yeah. So I wonder with your kind of your jack of all trades feel, you're wearing a lot of different hats in disc golf. You're an entertainer, pro player. Do you do any course design? Or have you like delved into that?
I'm doing one this week.
Doing one this week.
Yep.
Cool. So now you're going to get into course design a little bit, and then entrepreneur, right? You got kind of a businessy side to you.
Well, kind of, sort of. So I moved to the States kind of with everyone expecting me to like try to become the best disc golfer in the world, like world champion, first European world champion, only European to be on full-time on tour in the States, in the motorhome with Avery Jenkins, just doing it all out and being like the Paul Macbeth lifestyle, just trying to like obsessively be the best and hating to lose and all that. And I very quickly learned that that's not me, at all. Like from the day I can remember playing disc golf tournaments for the first time, like 2004, 2005, winning literally never mattered to me. All I cared about was playing well. Of course, because playing poorly or playing below your capabilities is not fun for anyone. It's really frustrating and it's not fun and it sucks. So if I played well and got 10th, I was as happy as if I would have played well and won. Sometimes I even disliked winning more than second place because I hated the tension of winning and having to do like a speech at the end of it.
Yeah.
I always said back in the day, second place, that's my favorite spot. I played really well, I almost won, and I don't get any attention. So perfect. That's my spot. That's where I like to be.
Yeah.
But then of course with bigger sponsorships coming up and disc golf getting bigger, more pressure on me, and I mean, playing good at like world class at a sport will make you money a lot.
Right.
And your sponsors are going to be happy, and your fans are going to be happy because, of course, they're rooting for you. So I was always felt like stuck from the athletic side in this position where this is not me. Like, I'm not this diehard competitor that wants to win, wants to be the best. But everyone around me, everyone I work with, I work for, I play with, expects me to like try the hardest I can to be the best at this, to like support the sponsors and myself and be just successful. But I could never do it, and I would get miserable out there. Like after every season, 2014, 15, 16, after every season I was like, I am done with this sport. Like I don't ever want to go back on tour. It was so mentally draining to just try to be someone that I'm not, and tried that. Like everyone around me was trying to like push me in this mold of being this competitive superstar. I mean, it's disc golf at the end of the day, so it's not that serious as I maybe make it sound, because it's so crazy how in the last 6-7 years it has changed so much on tour. Like it's so different now than it was even only 5 years ago. So back then I could play mediocre or like below my abilities and still finish in the top 5. Like I had a run like in 2017 where I had like 12 top 5s in a row. If I played that same level now, I would get 10 30th places in a row. Like that's how different it is.
Yeah.
So even in school, if I look back, I'm the same disc golfer than I was a student in school. Like I would just do enough to be good enough to like make it through, and no one would really notice or care. Right. Because it's good enough to seem good, but it actually isn't as good as I could be doing if I tried. So I don't know if it's really related to laziness.
No, it's just more self-awareness probably than what your personal priorities are.
Yeah, and one of the biggest wake-up calls I had actually was 2018, European Championships in Croatia, where I went feeling pressure because I'm the best player in Europe, or at least at the time I was definitely the #1 player in Europe. I traveled there to the course where everyone expects me to win, so there's like nothing I can do to be successful. Like I win and everyone, of course you won, and if I lose, it's like how did you mess up that badly that you lost to all these players that are worse than you? So it's like a lose-lose situation. So I went there with the only reason I went there was to win, which is totally not my style. So I didn't hang out with my friends all week. I kind of just focused on more the Paul Macbeth style, where you just focus on the course, you practice properly, you play your rounds, then you relax, recover from your round mentally and physically. And I won. And I was the European champion again, and I was miserable. I was like, this is one of the worst weeks of my life. I had no fun. The reward of winning this title means absolutely nothing to me. Like I just don't care about it. Right. And I would have way rather not won and had a good week with my friends, like a good week of life, like just experiences, the travel. I don't see my European friends ever, like every 2 years maybe. So I felt like it was such a lost opportunity. So I really had to sit down and just be like, man, like who am I? Like how can I keep doing this? Everyone around me wants me to be the best I can be, which makes sense. I mean, they pay me literally to play disc golf. So they want me to do a good job and do the best I can, because in the company, that's kind of the motto, I think, of every company, is that you try your hardest or your best to be successful. But then, of course, there's other ways to be successful, like you were saying in the question about different roles in the sport, more like the entertainer than the athlete. And I've been trying to been like doing like a middle thing where I'm still a good player. There's still any tournament that I can finish in the top 10 or even a podium spot, even nowadays, even with all the injuries I've gone through. So I still want to do well.
Yeah. You don't want to play so poorly, but
no, I still want to be up there. I like playing in front of crowds. I like being on Joe's feature cards. Of course, it's fun. And if I play well, it's a bonus. I just noticed that in my life, it doesn't drive me to be the best.
Yeah. You have
So what drives me more was the entertaining side of it, like starting a YouTube channel and doing trick shots. I started trick shots like back in 2015 or 16, like way ago, when I did like the skate ramp shot, and then I did the bass drop shot, and then I did the shot with Eric over the bridge with the motorhome. So then I found like, damn, this is what I love, like just blowing people's minds. And even though a lot of comments were like, "Oh, well, 150 takes, great, everyone could do it." You always get those kind of comments, and they're like.
You mean like, even you get those comments?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've got some bad comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember some really bad ones, but yeah, I just noticed that that's kind of my lane, and my goal is to make disc golf look fun, entertaining, and exciting, more than make myself look like this fierce competitor that if you would look at like a Paige Pierce or a Paul or Eagle, like those kind of people are more like they want to be the best disc golfer in the world, and that's what they're working towards. And my job more, or as I see it, is I want to make disc golf look fun and get more eyes on the sport and entertain the crowd. Crowds are entertained by perfection, of course, by people being really insanely good at something, but people are also entertained at like the John Daly's that just hit the ball further than anyone, or now the Bryson DeChambeau who just goes straight over the trees instead of playing around them.
Right.
Just stuff like that, for me, is the lane I found. And then the trick shots, of course, helped a lot with getting a bigger audience. And now the YouTube channel has been way more successful, way bigger than I ever planned or expected. And with the way social media is growing next to disc golf, it's like I can make more money on social media now than most players make on tour ever.
Right.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's similar to music. I would be a bad music teacher, and I wonder if you'd be the same, because I wouldn't harp so much on Bach and Beethoven necessarily. Like, you don't have to learn this in its entirety to be a good musician. Music's so flexible, and so many people can enjoy it in so many different ways that, you know, a guy making rap beats should have an equal place in my classroom as a guy that would, you know, want to play Chopin. There's just such a variety. You have the competitive disc golfers, and you want to have fun entertainment. There's room for both, and the sport needs both. Yeah, so what roles are you headed? It seems like you experiment. You enjoy experimenting and delving into different things in disc golf. Do you have a direction? Do you have a way that you decide, I'm going to pursue this or pursue that? Or just what seems fun?
Well, lots of things going on right now. Avery's flying in tomorrow night, and we have a course design project in New Hampshire. I've done walk courses with Avery before and did a little design work here and there. So course design is definitely something I can see myself doing, just because I've traveled so much and I've seen hundreds, maybe thousands of courses along the way. So I think I know what a good course takes, and I know what makes a good course and a bad course a bad course. That's definitely something I think every pro disc golfer thinks they would be good at. I don't know if it's true. I don't think every good disc golfer is going to be a good course designer. I think I could do it, but I don't know. And then, of course, a long-term dream is to buy my own property and build a Lizotte playground, kind of disc golf course with a little trick shot course and then a big championship course, and have like kind of like a pay to play, like really sweet disc golf course. That would be really cool.
So, like tiki course or full course or both? Just a mix.
Oh, both.
Yeah.
No, not a mix. Both. One separate trick shot course, like ace runs and like maybe some cool features that are just like kind of like surface golf.
Yeah.
And then one championship course, maybe with one or two different layouts on it where you can have fun. I'm constantly looking for like an abandoned 9-hole golf course. Unfortunately, right now I live in Massachusetts, where even the worst property ever costs $3 million.
Yeah.
So it's tough to find anything here, but we might be moving a bit further south. Because once the baby's here, Natalia's thinking about quitting her job and being like a stay-at-home mom, which is going to be awesome for me because I can still keep traveling and doing my stuff, even though of course I want to be home for the baby as much as I can.
Yeah.
But we might move a bit south, thinking about Charlotte area. And I know Charlotte is also not the cheapest, but it's definitely much cheaper than up here. And hopefully, if that happens, not like now, but in the next 5 years or something, we could settle down a bit, maybe find a nice property and build our own course. That'd be the sickest.
When people bring you offers and stuff like that, and you probably don't want everybody in the world bringing you offers for stuff, but I'm sure you get pinged a cajillion times
Offers for what?
Just interacting with them, different disc golf ideas. Oh, I've got this technology. I've got this whatever. I mean, we get that on a small scale. I can only imagine what you get. Just when you're pursuing opportunities of your own, when you're pursuing them, how do you decide what to do? Just, this sounds fun, or it's got to be in this, vein.
I have a beer, and I call Jussi. Basically, that's what it is. Jussi is, you know who Jussi is. He's the CEO of Discmania. So I've been working with Jussi since 2008. So 13 years now, over 13 years. So he is like, for me, well, my boss, but also like a really good friend, kind of like a father figure too, because I've known him since I'm like 14, 15 years old. And Discmania, I don't want to say owns me, but in a way, like in the best way you could possibly own someone, in that way.
Yeah.
Like everything I decide to do business-wise or like big financial decisions, I ring it by Jussi. Like, first step is always, I gotta ask Jussi.
Yeah.
First off, I think he's a really good businessman, and I trust his opinion a lot. And he wants the best for me, and he has my back always. So all that stuff, basically, if I get someone with something new, I bring it through Jussi, and then Jussi says, "Oh yeah, maybe sounds interesting," or he says, "No, why are you talking to them?" Stuff like that. But yeah, also nowadays, my social media, I get so many messages, like I don't see them all.
I know, that's part.
So I probably miss out on like thousands of dollars every day because I don't see messages that are like have really good potential. But no, sometimes if I like something, I'll deal with it myself for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and then if it gets more serious, I'll ring it by Jussi and see if we can make it happen. Or if it's just smaller stuff, and I know Jussi wouldn't care, I just like the goat towel. He sent me 25 towels, and I put them in some giveaways, and I use them, but it was never like an official deal or something. So it was just, I don't think Jussi had anything to do with that. So it's the minor stuff, or like the birdie bags, the bags I use for better grip. Yeah, that's not an official deal. He just sends me free stuff, and I like to use it.
Yeah,
I don't really do many more sponsorships right now. I have Grip, my bag, and I have Discmania, and that's pretty much it. And anyone else that wants to sponsor, wants to give me money, I'm like, no thanks, I'm happy.
What if it was Bushnell?
No thanks, I'm happy.
Cool.
Bushnell sent me
you're
a free,
very happy with where you're at.
They sent me a free rangefinder.
Yeah.
And I said thank you. I made an Instagram post about it, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't need anything more from that.
Yeah.
That's cool. The perfect transaction. Give me something for free, I'll post about it, and we're done.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're exactly where you want to be right now in terms of your position in disc golf?
No, I wish I had a bit more of a drive to be really good. Because if I would think about now, the last time I did putting practice, like seriously, consistently for more than 2 days.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever happened, really. Maybe when I was younger, for fun, I would go in the backyard and putt every day for like an hour or two because I loved doing that, not because I wanted to get better. It was more like my hobby, so I did it all the time. But nowadays, I practice pool every day. I practice darts every day.
Yeah.
I like want to get as good as I can be at those things. And disc golf, I don't know. I wish I had more of a drive to like have the discipline. I don't know if you want to call it discipline, more like have the goals that you need to be good. Because at the end of the day, as an athlete, you have to do it for yourself. If you want to be the best for anyone else but yourself, it's not going to happen, or you'll be miserable. And I've been many times miserable about exactly that. Paul is not doing it for anyone else. He wants it for himself. That's the only reason he's obsessed with it, because he loves it. That's his goal. And I did a lot of mental coaching, especially when I was in Switzerland in the boot camps we did. Eagle did 1 year, I did it 2 years. And a big thing being successful in life is to have goals. Like if you don't have goals, what are you working towards? Like, it seems obvious, but it really isn't. For a lot of people, they don't really have goals. They just kind of like go day by day, and whatever happens, happens. And as long as you're happy, well, like, who cares? And especially as an athlete, it's important to have big goals and then smaller goals to get to your big goals. And it was so mind-blowing to me when I was there with Eagle that we both did the same exercises, like building goals and stuff. And Eagle had like page over page over page just written down goals and how to get there and what he wants to do to get there. And I was staring at a blank piece of paper, and I'm like, what is my goal? I like couldn't define it. Like when people ask me for my goal is, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, and I want to make people excited and happy. That's my three goals. But those are like so broad goals. Like Eagle had written down, next year I want to win 3 Pro Tours. I want to play 20 tournaments, win every AT or lower I play, and win a major. Like for example, those were his goals. And then he would write down how he would get there and how often he would train and how often he would putt and all that stuff. And I was just like mind blowing. Like what? Like that's actually your goal? Like how's that a life to live? Like don't you just want to like enjoy your life? And like I believe that we only get one chance on this planet, and we got to make the best of it and kind of just be happy. And just life's not easy, and you just got to find a way to deal with it. So I guess everyone's different, and everyone has different goals and different priorities, and I never was able to define my goals, and I wish that I would be.
Right. I used to, there was a stretch where my coaches for a different field were very much make your goals look like eagles.
Yeah.
And write them that specifically, and I was miserable.
Yeah.
Because of that. And so then I just learned to start filtering opportunities and different things of here's my overall goal and here's my overall role of what I see. If it's not related to coaching and like becoming a better coach or becoming a better business person, no matter how good it seems, I don't pursue that if it's not in line with my broad goal. So that's part of where my question was coming from, is when you're accepting things like this, like how does this fit into your overall goals of how you view yourself or what you want to accomplish?
Well, we were talking yesterday that I was one of the first 1,000 subscribers on your channel.
Yeah.
So I'm like a fan. I think you guys do great content. It not only looks great, but I think there's very useful information in it. So yeah, I mean, you said that you want to pay me to come here, and I'm like, no, like I'm a fan. Like just come here and hang out. Like I don't care. Like whatever. And I have that kind of relationship with most media groups in disc golf, like Jomez or GK Pro, Gatekeeper. Like if they approach me for something, I never ask to be paid for my time or anything, because I like the guys, I want to support them, and I just like hanging out with people because I'm mostly here by myself. I have a weird situation here because I sometimes say that I don't have any friends, even though I have like technically thousands of friends. But if you have thousands of friends, like how many are actually your friends?
Right.
And if you're in a situation where everyone wants to be your friend, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Like imagine anywhere, any course you go to, everyone says hi. Everyone wants to be your friend.
I can't. That is just so weird.
It's just hard to find real friends that way.
Yeah.
Because if they start as a fan and then like merge into a friend, it's like weird. Because talking to a fan versus talking to a friend obviously are two very, very different things. And most people that I meet are fans. So it's really hard to find friends, even though everyone wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
It's like a weird situation. But no, like the guys on tour and the other media teams, we all get along great, and I love to do stuff with them and help them in any way without getting paid. Like I'm financially fine. Like I don't need more money, even though Natalia would disagree.
Yeah, it's so interesting. We've run into with people like Jussi and Robbie C, and those guys really embraced us when we came into the community, and it meant so much to us. And so, get that leaf out of my face. Oh,
That added some fall feeling.
yeah.
You just threw that leaf on the hyzer.
I don't know how much longer it's healthy to sit in here.
Yeah, not much.
I really have one thing that I want to talk about.
Okay.
And get your thoughts on, but
well, the thing with disc golf is that it's really, even though, I mean, they're doing a great job on making it look professional now on the Pro Tour, and Jomez and everyone, they're making it look as good as it possibly can look for the budget that we have. Like, it's insane how professional some of these events nowadays are run and how they look. Super impressive and really awesome, but it's really, disc golf is not that big.
Right.
Especially when I grew up. So I grew up being so normal, like such a normal kid with normal friends, and just being kind of like a freak playing disc golf. Like I was a hippie kid, basically. My family never had much money or anything crazy. We were just getting by, being happy, and I loved disc golf. And I was weird for loving disc golf because I was the only kid in Germany for a long time who plays disc golf.
Yeah.
In the entire country I lived, I was the only kid playing disc golf. And I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So it was like the weirdest thing. But other than disc golf, I was like the most normal kid ever. And I still feel so normal, which makes it so weird that people look at me and get starstruck. And I meet a lot of people that are like physically shaking when I like shake their hand, or when we're taking a photo, or when they hand me a disc to sign. It's like literally like shaking in their hand.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, I get it. I've met famous people and I get nervous and starstruck. I get the feeling, but I just feel so freaking normal and not special in any way that it like freaks me out sometimes. I'm like, come on, I'm just a guy. Like, you don't have to give me any special treatment like whatsoever.
Right.
Just be normal. That's easier said than done, I guess.
Yeah. So, question I really want to ask is your thoughts on coaching. I know you're super intuitive in how you played, but there seems to be way more going on mentally that you're looking at. It seems like you hold back stuff that you don't really want to coach, or you want to coach. What's the deal? Tell me.
So I did one really popular video when I first started a YouTube channel where I had, his name was Michael. He was throwing off of hole 1 in Maple Hill. And I kind of, side by side with me, I compared our forms, I slowed it down, and kind of pointed out the obvious. I wasn't really coaching in any way. I wasn't telling people I wasn't telling anything that wasn't like visible in the video. I was just pointing out the things that people could see themselves, but obviously if you're not really know what you're looking for, it's hard to find those little things, like the disc doesn't really move backwards, it's like stays in the place, and the foot placement and stuff like that makes a big difference. And when I first got on tour 2014 with Avery, Avery did this Deep in the Game series on YouTube, which was super professionally produced and scripted, and it was pretty popular for back in the day. It got like hundreds of thousands of views over a couple of years, which no disc golf video had that much attention. So that was a huge success. Avery loves coaching. He has done clinics all over the world. So I joined the Deep in the Game tour, where we would do 3 to 5 clinics a week, play a tournament, and then travel 3 to 5 clinics a week, and do teaching. And I basically just like went off of what Avery said, kind of copied what Avery was talking about, just because he's really good at making anything sound good. Like, that's what we pros kind of sometimes talk about when we do clinics. Like, you can say anything, people will like it. Literally, that's how it is. Because for them, we're the pros, we're the stars.
Yeah, if you say it, it's true.
If we're in front of 30 people or 50 people, we say something, whatever it is, it can be totally wrong, they will like it. So, and especially for me, starting when I was literally 2 years old throwing discs, I never had to learn how to do anything in disc golf. Because it's all way before I can remember. I learned everything. So I feel like good coaches went through that process of learning how to do it. So they can teach how to learn how to do it, because they did it. Someone that never had to learn how to do something is going to teach you how to learn how to do it. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's like a guy telling you how to go through pregnancy. Like, it just doesn't make sense to take a pregnancy class from a guy. Like, it doesn't happen. That's maybe a terrible analogy, but that's what I just came up with.
I like it.
But no, so that's why I thought I'm a terrible coach. Like, I can point out what I'm seeing, what I'm doing, but I can't tell you how to do it, or how to practice to get better at it, or why I do it. Like physically, I don't know exactly why I throw faster than everyone, or I throw further than Casey White, for example, even though he's also been playing for a long time. Like, that's why I don't coach anymore.
Right.
I sometimes, I'm probably going to regret saying this, but people send me like clips of them throwing pretty much on a daily basis and ask, hey, can you give me any pointers? Every now and then I'll have some time and just feel nice and just take some screenshots of it and write a little, try this. And they're always super appreciative and happy, of course. So I can do that a bit, but...
don't send them all your clips. please. I think he's kind of asking nicely not to continue to do that.
Oh.
Is that what you're doing?
I mean, you can send it, but I might not see it, and if I
Okay.
see it, I might ignore it. Not because I'm a mean guy, just I don't have the time often. But I just feel like I am not a good coach. And for that reason, I don't like doing it. And for that reason, I probably will never really do it again. I got approached actually kind of recently. Do you know the series Masterclass?
Yes.
So
Okay.
that's
super
pretty.
cool.
It's pretty big. Like it would be a big deal to
That's
be on
super
Masterclass doing a disc golf Masterclass, and I rejected it
Yeah.
because I know we could write a script and I could make it sound good
And it would sell.
and it would sell.
It would sell.
But at the end of the day, I would not be convinced of my own teaching skills and of what I'm saying that is actually good. That let's say I sell the masterclass for $100 per masterclass or something like that. I wouldn't be convinced by the product.
Right.
That's why I don't do it. And whenever I watched a couple of Tiger Woods clinics on YouTube, or even the Bryson clinic recently, because Bryson's actually pretty active on social media and YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And I listen to what they're saying, and it's not really a clinic, or they don't really coach. They say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then this is going to happen, and then they do it. But also, these guys also can't really tell you how to get to how good they are.
Yeah.
You need to be a freaking coach, and you need to study exactly what's going on physically and step by step on how to get there. And I don't know if we're there yet in disc golf, that it's like scientifically been broken down properly to exactly what causes what.
Right.
And how to get there.
No, we're in the process, I think, of getting there.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely getting there where we'll have, like, we were talking about yesterday also, like making apps, coaching apps for disc golf. And just what we were doing today helps, of course, showing the pros in slow motion and breaking down what works to then try to figure out how to get to what works.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, I think we've got to build those fundamentals.
Yeah.
Like, and just have kind of baseline. And there's range. We talked about range of acceptability. Of if all the pros are doing this, then that's a fundamental. Right. But we're not there to where we have enough footage or have analyzed enough to say these are the fundamentals yet.
Another thing is that I watch a lot of YouTube channels, and sometimes I watch videos that are really popular that YouTubers do, and they don't do them all the time. And I always wonder, like, why don't you do your most successful videos like all the time? Like, it seems super easy to do, and you get more money and more success, more clicks. And then I'm looking at my videos, and my coaching videos have like the most success and the most views,
Right.
and the most engagement. So I'm like, people are probably wondering, why don't I do more coaching videos?
Right.
Like the same, I wonder about other YouTubers, like, why don't you do more of this? And it's probably because they don't enjoy it as much, or they don't really like putting out that kind of content. And for me, it's the same way. Like, when I think about, I would do a little putting tips, like 10 best putting tips, Simon Lizotte.
Yeah.
It will probably get 100,000 views in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, way more than a round at Maple Hill. That is way more work, way more stress on my body, and stuff like that. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Right.
I don't think I'm good at it, and that's why I don't do it.
Right.
Wrap it up, Josh.
Yeah. Quickly on that is, you could be, as a creator, chasing. That seems like money chasing first, or trying to build. Either as a creator, you decide to do the things that you think the community wants to see, and view based, or do the things that you enjoy.
Well, I'll
and
say
hope that
this.
it works.
If it was completely up to me and I didn't care at all about how many views I get and how much people enjoy my videos, I would throw in darts videos, pool videos. I would do random car videos or something. All the things I enjoy besides disc golf. But I think that my channel is a disc golf channel, and that people are watching me mainly because of disc golf. I do read a lot of comments where people say, oh, I don't care what you post, I'll watch anything, just upload more, basically. That's what they say.
Yeah. But you'd probably also.
But I'm definitely. I feel very hesitant to upload non-disc golf content. I feel like I've watched a lot of YouTubers that had a specific thing, like a niche, what they were good at and what they were known for, and then they tried doing other stuff, and their views would like just tumble, like a tenth of the views their other videos would get. And
Drew Gibson golf.
Drew Gibson, I don't know.
Even us with our interviews are
Yeah.
a little bit like that. We can see that a little bit. I mean, our goal is to bring the pro, you know, get closer to pro form, get closer to pro mindset and things like that. That's what, and you know, just bring what is professional disc golf and kind of go there. But yeah, I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, and I don't know. So I definitely care about the audience.
Yeah.
Even though for some reason it feels hard to admit, but it is just something that helps.
Yeah. Do you wish your coaching videos that you have up on? Do you see any of your videos, and you don't have to tell me which ones that you did with coaching on it, clips? You're like, oh, I really wish that wasn't on the internet.
No, I mean I do all my own filming, all my own editing. So if something makes it into a video, like I very fully awarely put it in the video, and that's why I would never ever hire an editor to do anything for me, because I don't know, I need to edit my own stuff to make myself feel like it's good enough. And of course with editor I can review it and stuff, but that's just too many steps for me. I need to do it as efficient as possible. Yeah. So no, nothing really that I didn't fully. Everything I put in a video, I know that I'm going to be okay with that it's in a video. Yeah.
But there are other people who have like camera videos and stuff of your clinics, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen stuff.
Oh yes, I never click on those.
Oh, you never click on
I never click on those.
Oh, okay.
I'm really weird about comments and like versus dislike ratio. Like, even though I am an introvert, which a lot of people don't know, I'm not really that outgoing or loud. I'm very like to myself, especially in like a social environment. I like don't enjoy it. It drains energy instead of making me feel energized. Where was I going? So yeah, when I upload a video, I never click on it again. I watch it one time when it has 0 views, 0 likes, 0 dislikes. Make sure I didn't make any mistakes or put anything in there I didn't like. And then I close it and never open it again. And I will never read a comment.
Oh, yeah, because people are mean. They really are.
It's just because it's such a weird psychology, even though I'm not in any way like depressed or in any way like emotionally fragile or anything. You can read literally 1,000 great comments that you're the best guy, you're funny, they loved the video, they watched it all the way through, and then there's one comment that says, this is boring, this is crap, like, please don't ever do this again.
Yeah, I can remember.
And you're just names. Like, you start questioning. One comment out of 1,000, that's literally the ratio. How crazy it is that your mind doesn't not care about that. Like, you shouldn't care about that. Like, it makes no sense to be affected or care about those comments. First of all, because those people writing them are the problem. Like, you should feel bad for them, because to leave a bad comment under a video it's just sad. It's really, at the end of the day, I know everyone says this, but it actually is like, they're probably not very happy people. Right. So that's another reason you shouldn't care about it, but it still affects you. And I remember when I threw the distance world record back in 2014, there were a lot of great comments, congratulations, and oh, that's so sick. And then there's like a handful of comments saying, oh, it's so windy, like this is not legit, like why did they go out there, this is like so stupid. And I was like why did I enjoy this? Why did I even go out there and try to like achieve one of my like lifelong goals I had was to throw like the furthest anyone's ever thrown, and I achieved it, and I was like so pumped. And then seeing those comments, I was just like, all right, I'm never doing that again. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how that is. So I made a decision a while ago that I'm not reading comments or ever clicking on anything where you can see anything negative. Which is weird, but I don't know. I just made that decision.
All right, wrap it up, Josh.
All right.
I'll show this.
We're gonna finish our beer.
Yes. Cheers.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Nice.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for everything.
And don't leave until I get mine.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was probably the best interview we're ever gonna have.
Probably one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
Interviewing a hot tub.